Thanks. We got in the studio with us right now Sean Grattan, who's been a member of the board, a dedicated volunteer, a cabin counselor at camp, and just a heck of a nice guy. Dad of a beautiful family. I should put that out there, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Your family is gorgeous. Love getting that Christmas card. We've got it on our refrigerator.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's terrific. But, Sean, you've been coming to camp for, I want to say, almost 10 years now.
I wish it's felt like that because I've been so honored to be part of this community. It's been about 5 now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, seems like you've been around forever.
I guess I was behind the scenes in the finance committee for 2 additional, so I guess it's been 7. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
About.
And, you've seen some things.
Yeah.
And you can tell us about some of these campers and just how special they are to you.
Yeah, it'd be my honor. We obviously see a lot of stuff and a lot of the fun stuff that you guys heard about, as well as, the raw side of it all. And so if I kind of flash back a couple days before summer week this year, I get a call from Dina letting me know that our buddy Garrett, a camper I've gotten to know pretty well in our middle boys cabin, is really sick again. And this was just back in July. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to attend camp. So it's hit us all pretty hard. Because, you got this great guy. He's supposed to be enjoying his summer as a teenager. He's at the Future Leaders Camp in Norwich. He starts feeling sick again, and apparently his blood counts are low. It's the beginning of the summer. He's admitted back to the hospital. Instead of telling his friends about the Future Leaders and getting ready for TaKumTA, he's back facing cancer. He thought he left years ago. He thought he left it behind. So he's getting picked with needles and blood tests and a lumbar puncture, bone marrow test, and then having to celebrate his 15th birthday just after he's admitted to the hospital. A place he never wanted to be again, obviously. So through all this, it's horrible. He finds out that he can't come to camp until the doctors kind of figure some things out. So Dina and I are talking, and we said, well, if he can't come to TaKumTA, by golly, TaKumTa's going to him.
Right. Awesome.
And so we rallied some troops, coordinated with his mom, Ginger, his dad, Randy, got a group of us together to visit at the hospital the night before camp started, actually. We knew it was breaking his heart to spend his summer in the hospital, but now he's also missing camp, his camp family, his friends, all the fun. And so instead, he's thinking the worst. He's contemplating the long journey ahead again, having to fight this damn cancer again. And so I'm texting his mom and trying to get a group of us together to deliver, the camp swag that we get every year.
Right.
Trying to work around the amazing nurses and doctors. They're installing PICC lines and IVs and God knows what other tubes and machines. And so I asked his mom, Ginger, for the room number, what time to arrive, what can I bring Garrett, maybe some dinner. And now I have to read you his reply because it was classic. So the response from Garrett was, or from Ginger was saying, quote, he's asking for a real good burger, pub style, lettuce, tomato, cheddar, bacon, some ketchup, barbecue sauce, fries, medium well with ketchup and barbecue sauce on the side. And I'm like, man, that's my kind of order, to the point, precise, no messing around,
Right.
And so I'm running through all the great burger joints in my head around here. And then realized I didn't get his folks' order. So I text back, and I'm like, well, what do you guys want? And their reply was, we're all set, thanks. And I was egging them on. I'm like, come on, we're getting you guys dinner too. What should I order for you?
Sure.
Ginger's like, well, we're all set, my dear. She's so sweet. And so I'm consulting with my wife, Brandy, on the best burger joints between our house and the hospital. And we both decided it's the Burger Bar in Colchester, across from Fanny Allen there. Pub style, just like my boy 2T's requested. And Brandy reminds me how awesome one of the owners there, Matt, was to one of our teenage family members who was just at Fanny Allen for a pretty long rehab from a stroke. And apparently Matt at the Burger Bar brought these epic milkshakes across the street to our sick guy at Fanny Allen. So my wife, Brandy, wisely recommends, she's like, well, bring some of those awesome milkshakes to Garrett and his folks.
Sure.
So I text her back, and I'm like, come on, what do you want? Maybe I can bring you a milkshake. They have a great lineup. And she finally agrees. She's like, okay. And chocolate shakes would be great, thank you. So I call in the order. Nice folks on the other end say the milkshakes are for dine-in only, no takeout. And so I'm like, I've heard about your epic milkshakes. I just promised 3 of them to some very special friends of mine. So they counter with, I'm sorry, there's no way those milkshakes are going to hold up. And then they asked me, like, have you ever had one before? And I answered, I'm like, honestly, no. But I realized apparently I wasn't going to win the battle, as there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Those magical milkshakes weren't leaving that Burger Bar.
Okay.
So I ordered the burger, hung up the phone, and I'm like, now what am I going to do? my wife looked up at me and was like, "Call back." So I'm like, "Oh, of course, call back." So this time I get the owner, Matt, on the phone.
I hate to be a pain,
but it's for my boy. So I explained the situation. I pleaded my case. He said, there's just no way the milkshakes are going to travel. We don't even have vessels for them to be carried in. I'm like, I'll bring my thermos, Yetis, whatever. I just need to deliver those 3 milkshakes I promised. He's like, why are you so adamant about the shakes? And I told him, I'm like, they're from my buddy. He's up at the Children's Hospital battling cancer again. I'm one of his cabin counselors, and we know you got the best burger in town. And I promised his parents milkshakes. I can't let them down.
Right.
And so, like, after some back and forth, Matt agreed to let me bring my Yeti mugs and promised to fill them. So I walk in, tell him my name. Bartender tells me Matt's going to be out in a minute. Matt comes out, but he says, hey, I can't send the shakes with you. And so my head drops.
Oh, no.
The look on my face and my body language
Right.
must have just been a sorry sight. But he follows up with a question. He goes, can I drive up to the hospital with you? And I'm like, really? I'm like, it's Friday night. You have a packed house. You're gonna
Right.
you're gonna leave this place?
Yeah.
The restaurant's totally full. And he's like, of course. What would be more important right now than getting your friends these milkshakes? And I'm like, all right, now we're talking. We're finally speaking the same language. Here's my cell. Give me a call when you arrive. So I arrive at the hospital, see my other fellow camp counselors in the lobby, explain the situation, and we're all walking up to Bread 5 together. We finally get to Garrett's room, say hi, deliver the burger, share some hugs. And I'm like, I'll be back in a few minutes with the shakes. Now I'm sweating because I'm not convinced these shakes are going to arrive, after all the hubbub. And I'm like, they better be good. So not a second later, Matt calls. He's rolling out of the elevator with this cooler. And he opens the lid to the cooler, and I swear, like, there's this heavenly glow that just beams from this thing. I mean, there's 3 mugs filled with, like, decadent, chocolatey liquid goodness nestled in that perfectly shaped, restaurant ice and accompanied by the whipped cream and the Hershey syrup. And the rims of the mugs are rolled in chocolate sauce. Like, each is encrusted with, like, sprinkles and marshmallows and Heath bar dust. I'm like, ooh, not realizing there's more to, like, this assembly. So then he pulls out, like, boxes of candy, starts to build these masterpieces. I mean, full-size cupcakes on the things, like candy bars, everything you ever imagined, hanging off these milkshakes. So Matt's smiling ear to ear, and he calls for a code 4 for runners to get these things down the hallway, like, ASAP to Garrett and his folks. The nurses and doctors, they're all looking at us like we committed a crime, and they're like dripping down the hallway floor, and like the people are like mopping up after us as they're
no.
So, and they're just shaking their heads like there's those crazy TaKumTA folks we've heard about.
Yeah, right.
And so we look at Ginger and Randy's face and just said it all, confirming the magic TaKumTA is just so alive and well, and this amazing family and community and love and support and laughter and tears. It's just so magical.
It spreads and people catch it. It's amazing that you'd reached out to the burger bar, and the next thing you know, they're on board with this and 100%. They get it 100%. How's Garrett doing now?
He's okay. He definitely could be better. He needs all of our love and support and thoughts and prayers right now. I was texting his folks last night to check in and just say hello, and just to tell them, I'm thinking, they may pull me on the radio tomorrow. I wanted to tell the milkshake story.
Right.
And they wanted to say hi. So, I'm like, do you want me to tell anybody anything and let everybody know how you're doing? And they're like, yeah, please do. They wanted to say hi and send their love and all the thanks for everybody's support. He's been down in Boston the past few weeks doing a lot of chemo, radiation, sleeping, vomiting, of course. He's got jaw pain from the radiation. He's going into radiation right now. He's got 2 more sessions today. And the transplant is actually scheduled for tonight. And so they wanted to send that message on. Yeah. And so it's going to be a long journey, but we all know how strong and determined our buddy Garrett is. This is the not so fun side of why we're raising money. We need to make sure this camp is here for Garrett, his friends. It's what they look forward to every year. And as he tries to reconcile, the hands that have been dealt to him twice now, the fear, the gut-wrenching pain, everything that comes with this nasty disease, he can at least think about getting back to Camp TaKumTA, and envision how sweet that day is going to be when he gets back. And so they both wanted me to relay a couple messages to everyone. And the first was from Ginger, his mom, when he just said, Garrett loves all that has to do with camp and everyone that's involved, as do I too. He did not get to go this summer, but he sure hopes everyone else gets to go, including new children, and he would love to know that he helped. We just spoke about camp, staff, kids, and the milkshakes just today. And, she had the emojis with the big smiley face hearts and loves. And here's a message, guys, from Garrett. He wants to let everybody know that the bonds, friendships, love, compassion, and magic you get from camp, you won't find anywhere else. Through all these tough times, and probably more to come for me, I have camp, the love and memories that keep me smiling and hopeful.
All right, folks. Garrett is expecting us to do something now, and you can be part of that. Might be listening down at the hospital in Boston even as we speak, or listening online. He's got 2 radiation treatments and a bone marrow transplant to go through today. You can probably reach for a checkbook or a credit card number. It's probably easier than that. Help send Garrett to camp. We hope he can make it to camp this summer. 863-1051 or 1-800-501-9565. Sean, thanks for coming in and sharing your experience with us here this morning.
Thank you all, and thank you all out there for calling in your pledge. It means the world to us.